Hey guys, it's Jeff. Sorry for the lack of show for the past 2 weeks. There's just been a lot going on for the three of us. Andrew and I both work full-time jobs. Parth has flight school, and we have other things like there was a leak in the house. So that was fun to deal with. But anyway, for those of you still listening, thank you so much for your support. And thank you to all those new listeners who may or may not be listening still after our hiatus. We're going to do our best to get the show back on schedule for you guys starting next week. So yeah, look forward to that. No promises though, but most likely we will. Anyway, here's the show for, I guess, the last 2 weeks.
Sir, do you know why I pulled you over? No, it's because your intro sucks. Please step out onto the curbside.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Curbside Podcast, the podcast where we talk about cars and everything to do with cars. My name is Jeff. I drive a 2004 Honda S2000, and I am your Taiwanese American Southern Californian.
What's up, everybody? My name's Parth. I drive a 2016 M3, living up in Bay Area, Northern California.
I'm Andrew. I just woke up. I drive a 2014 Evo 10 MR and a 2015 Subaru BRZ.
We're finding it very difficult to find times to, schedule to record the shows these days because all of our work schedules are kind of just everywhere.
I hate work. I hope no one from work listens to this, but help.
Help.
Anyways, I posted a clip onto our TikTok. It was that one clip we had from episode 38 where we were talking about, I think Andrew had just gotten his new wheels. What are they called again?
My Rota Grids.
The Rota Grids, yeah.
I mean my TE37.
I was going to say, why are you saying that, dude?
And you were basically telling people how, you shouldn't roast people for like getting reps instead of the original wheels, and we posted that on TikTok to to gauge people's opinions, because apparently
that's where we gauge. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, TikTok is a good place for discussion and fiery conversation, dude. I'm gonna read off some of my favorite ones. Julio Cortez 65 says, "Mans woke up and chose fax as his first language."
Every day. That's all I know.
Hey, give that man a shout out, Andrew. He's got your back,
Yes,
dude.
Straight up facts. What was the top comment? I think the top comment was pretty funny. It was something like, "Hey man, if you broke, just say so, dog."
Oh yeah. What? No, that wasn't the top comment, but it was some guy commented, "If y'all broke, just say it, dog." Then people, had a very long argument after that comment. This guy's like, calling everyone poor, and other people are being like, money management and stuff. It's like a lesson in economics in that comment.
Not that serious, people. First of all, I thought that shit was hilarious, but also, chill out.
I mean, I'll say it. We broke, dude.
Yeah. I'm going to spend $3,000 on some wheels. I got rent to pay.
But my favorite comment is, "This sounds like a podcast for people that are on reps, lol."
Fuck you.
Yeah, I bet. Okay, hold up. That guy probably has real TEs with some $80 tires from, I was about to say Taco Bell.
My bad, bro. My bad, his daughter can't afford to eat at McDonald's because his dad bought TE37s, okay? And he's roasting people who's got reps on it, dude.
Got some cheap-ass all-seasons on your TEs. Fuck out of here. I got nice all-seasons on my
But there was a lot of comments who basically said, reps are fine as long as you don't flex that they're real.
Do you flex that they're real?
No, I have a sticker that says Rota on my fucking wheels.
I think my favorite thing that Andrew did with his wheel once was, at one point, he had a sticker on. He was gonna put a sticker on it with the word Rhoda written in Sharpie.
Yeah, I did I wrote it with my right hand, which is my non-dominant hand, and so it looked all like a second grader wrote it. I thought that would have been funny. I might circle back on that one.
You should do that, actually. That's a good one. You just own it, funny.
You know? Yeah. They look at Rhoda.
Oh god.
Well, the other day I was talking with Parth because Parth's been searching on his eBays and stuff for a wide body Charger or whatnot, and then in the meantime I was in the background like goofing around instead of looking up Chargers for him. I was looking up Challengers.
Yeah, because he never helps me ever. I ask him for help, he doesn't fucking help me, dude. He looks up Challengers instead. I'm like, that's not.
And then I stumbled upon the 50th anniversary edition of the Scat Pack wide body Challenger in the Gold Rush color.
I don't like it.
Nah, dude. You liked it, dude. Remember? I showed you pictures of it in like certain angles and certain lights, and you were like,
okay, but like,
"Ooh,
I don't want a car that looks
hey, don't
good
deny
in
it
certain
right now,
angles and
dude.
certain lights.
Don't be like, hey, man. Now that Andrew's here, I'm gonna deny everything I said. So Jeffrey looks dumb. Dodge is marking it up like crazy because it's a 50th anniversary. So it's 1 year. It's 2020. They're still selling it right now, but pretty soon, like they're not gonna make them anymore. And this color, there was probably, I think, I saw one dealership with this color, and someone on eBay, he listed it on eBay for $70,000. This car starts at, I think, 40 or 50.
Yeah.
I think in the future, Dodge enthusiasts, this is the press color, press color. If you can find the wide body 50th anniversary, and if it's a manual, I think it's going to be quite the pricey car in the future. So I was thinking, what cars do you guys think? Cars on sale now, because I know we've done like something similar before. Cars that would be classics in the future. Cars on sale now, because anything other than that is kind of too easy, because we kind of know if things are going up in value already.
The new GT3.
On sale now.
I mean, it will be.
Okay, true. But
you say that about every generation GT3 though.
I do, but at the same time, I think finally this one will be the last manual 6-cylinder GT3. I'm pretty sure it has to be. There's no way they're gonna make another one.
Couple rules about classic cars usually. A, they're relatively rare. B, they're interesting in some way.
Okay, so because you don't find the GT3, I'm not saying I find it interesting.
I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm just laying down these are probably the two facts about future classics. Like, so
I personally don't think the GT3 is probably as interesting, especially as the 50th anniversary, the Challenger. But Porsche people, like, literally their dicks are out every single time a GT3 comes out. So, like. If this is the last one that's a manual 6-cylinder, it'll go up because there's enough Porsche people out there to just drive the price up.
Is the GT3 rare?
I mean, relatively.
I know the
GT3
GT3
is the other 911s, I guess.
Can you walk into a dealership and be like, I want a GT3, and they're like, here you go?
No.
Oh.
Unless it's used.
This brings up another question. What cars are actually interesting on sale these days?
Dude, see, this is the problem I'm having. Because I literally, for the last few months, have been raving and ranting about how... Or ranting, not even raving. Ranting about how all the cars on sale right now are just garbage. Because they're not interesting.
You know what? I'll say, like, I feel like we've been talking about American cars a lot. You know, these freaking past few weeks.
Interesting cars.
Yeah, and I really do think it's because they're the only... It's the only country making interesting cars these days. We got the Bronco, we got the Charger, Challenger, the muscle cars, the whatnot.
Corvettes.
And maybe also Italian cars, but Italian cars are always interesting.
Actually, now that you mentioned that, I got another car. The Hellcats. Maybe not the current generation, but maybe the next one. Because remember, Dodge CEO came out and said that the days of the Hemi, the 6.2 V8 are, like, limited. He said it himself. And he said the future is electrified and, like, lower, like, smaller displacement engines. And honestly, and I'm not just saying this because I want one. If you go search up, like, on Car Gurus for even, let's say, let's even say 2019, 2018 non-wide body Hellcat Charger, right? There's less listings in the entire country for Hellcats than there are for M3s.
Do you think the Demon will be a future classic?
Yes. It's just because of the production numbers. Like for these companies, the actual production numbers for the cars that like Hellcats, Demons, Red Eyes, like shit like that, it's actually really low, and the want for them are really high.
Yeah.
A
I don't see 'em
Charger
very often.
Yeah, a Charger Hellcat from 2017 has a better depreciation than the M3.
Okay, so the Charger, the Demon, and the Hellcat. I feel like the Trackhawk is probably going to be a classic. Cause
I think the Durango could be too.
the Durango Hellcat.
Yeah.
Do you think... Okay, this is going out of the American sector.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about fucking Hellcats and fucking all that shit. No more. All right, continue.
What else is going up? There's nothing else.
Is RS6 Avant, do you think? I feel like that's good. That's interesting. Very.
No.
Yes.
And it's going to be extremely rare because no one's going to buy it because it's bleeding expensive.
But also demand, though. I feel like the demand is not enough.
Maybe wagons will be cool 10 years from now.
They won't be, dude. Americans just will not let them be cool. It's interesting. It's rare, but I don't think the want is there. Nobody will, like, relatively. The demand is a lot less.
Classic cars are a niche market in itself already. So, I mean, like, I don't think the demand has to be big within a small market. So,
yeah,
I don't
like,
think it's that hard.
Let's say, like, they sold one RS6 Avant in the U.S.
Well, that's different.
To make it a classic in the future, you just have to have 5 people that want it.
Yeah. Well, like you said, that's different.
All right, I got some polarizing ones that you guys are probably going to disagree with me, but you guys hate this car. The Yaris GR. I promise you it's going to be a collector's car. I promise you.
Yeah.
If you say so.
It's not in the U.S. market, but like outside of the
That's
U.S.,
that
people
was the
are
thing I was
struggling
thinking. I
to
was like,
find one.
It's definitely not going to be a collector's car in the U.S. because we can't
not
get
in the
them
US.
anyway.
Yeah.
Are they low production numbers?
I think so.
Yeah. They're sold out.
Okay, I'll give it that plausible. I'll say that. I'll give it that much.
It's
that
a
could be
definite.
that. What's the other one you have?
Polestar 1.
I can see that. Actually, I agree
can
with
see
that
that.
one.
I think they're pretty cool.
Yeah,
They're cool. They're good looking. They're interesting.
They're super
rare.
unique looking.
and they're rare. They're rare as hell.
They're rare. But will people in the future want it?
It looks futuristic. Like, I feel like this car in like 5-10 years will still look kind of new because it looks so like futuristic.
It like people may forget about it. Who knows? Like
I think people forgot about it already.
It kind of reminds me of the Fisker Karma.
Mm.
You know that's like I don't think that's like becoming a future classic at all. It just kind of fell off the map.
But it still is cool when you see one. That's it.
It's like relatively good looking, interesting, and rare, but
Nobody wants one.
yeah, I don't know if it's desirable. You know,
Yeah,
maybe we have to add that to the list.
Desirable.
Interesting and rare, desirable.
I was gonna say the new Hummer, but it's not on sale yet.
Caymans, GT4s.
Caymans.
Depends how many they make. Because
Yeah.
remember when the first
they're supposed to make that one run, right?
the first Cayman GT4 came out, sold out. We're not gonna make any more.
And they made more.
Prices shot up, and then they made more, and prices tanked.
Yeah.
Depends on rarity.
Yeah.
But Porsche would be stupid not to make more of them because they're great cars.
Any current Japanese cars? NSX?
The Type R, I think it's still
I
hard
can
to
see,
find
yeah.
one.
Yeah,
Is it
Type
still
R
hard
to
to
buy
find
one.
is desirable.
Because I do see a lot of them, which makes me be like, would it be rare?
But it's not that
You
limited.
can't just walk into a dealership and find one without.
Yeah.
They're still doing dealer markups too.
And it's desirable. People want it.
I think that's the only Japanese car on the market right now, though.
What about NSX? But NSX, I feel it has to go through that same thing I said on one of the previous episodes. It has to
to take
depreciate
shit
first.
first.
Yeah. I feel like most classic cars, you gotta wait for that. There's a period of time where it just drops in values. Like that's when no one wants it.
And then all of a sudden everybody wants it.
When it's like $100,000, I want it now. Like you were saying that there was a S2000 that.
Oh yeah, I was gonna bring this in the news segment, but let's talk about it now. So there's this listing on Bring a Trailer that one of my coworkers brought to my attention. I think about a month ago, this car was bidding at $55,000. It's a 985 mile 2009 Honda S2000 CR.
So the rarest version of it.
Right, the rarest version, which apparently he was saying that these weren't selling when they first came out. Like nobody wanted this one. It was actually
Oh my god. Sold for $112,000?
a fucking S2000 sold for GT3 money.
985 miles. It might as well be a new car. It's like driving it off the trailer into the dealership a couple times or something.
Why did
Yeah,
I feel like somebody who
crazy.
bought this and drove it 985 miles knew why he bought this.
Yeah.
Like he felt
He knew something.
He knew something. He knew that 15 years from now or whatever it is, he knew it would go up or something. He knew this was an investment for this guy.
I think now if something like this came out, more people would be doing this. But back in the day, I don't think this guy was on some shit. He's a time traveler.
I'm not gonna lie to you, those wheels look like the wheels off the Lexus IS from that generation.
These wheels look like Honda Odyssey wheels.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, they look like they're wheels from a Honda Odyssey.
Definitely need some new wheels though. But then you lose the originality, then your price drops.
Right. You whoever bought this is not it's not starting. He's not starting this thing.
Yeah, this is a
Yeah,
museum
yeah.
piece.
Yeah.
He's taking care of it for the next person who buys it for like 200 grand or something.
Yeah.
And who also will not be driving it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this shit was silly because like when he first showed it to me, I was like, it was at 55,000. I was like, this is so dumb. 55,000. I would never pay that much. And then 2 days later, he showed me again. It's like, hey, it's at 76. I'm like, what? Fuck is smoking crack and about to pay $76,000 for a Honda S2000, whatever. And then like he showed me when it actually sold for 112, and he was saying that like 30 minutes before the bid ended, it went from like 70, 80, 90, 100.
Wow.
And then it hit 112. Like it was, I think, 4 people bidding on it, and this guy just outbid everyone every single time.
Holy
Took it for
shit.
112.
So this is that guy who's like, I don't care what I pay for it, I'm paying for it.
Yeah, exactly.
People like to buy these perfect condition cars. I don't know. Do they buy it? They don't buy it to drive them, right?
Hell no. You put another 100 miles on that thing goes back down to $80,000.
Yeah. So you're basically just buying it
To look at it.
to keep.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, to say you have.
Is it even a flex? Like, I don't even know, dude. Like, what's the purpose?
You
dude?
can't bring it outside because then it might lose value.
Yeah.
Come into my garage and check out my CR. But I'm not. I need to go to work right now. No. I want you to come over to my house.
Look, I spent a lot of money on this. Please come look at it.
It's just a Honda S2000. Why do I care?
It only has 935 miles. $111,000. Please notice me.
God damn.
There was a point in time where S2000s were like, low mileage. You could probably get it for 11K or something like that. You could get high mileage ones for under 10 grand.
Yeah, this is a good thing for you, man.
Yeah. Someone
your
sold their
cars-
CR for 112,000. That means mine could go for, I don't know, a quarter of that maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
Any more classic cars, do you think?
Dude, that's the thing. I feel like it's just going to be cars that have manual gearboxes, big displacement engines, because those are going to be dinosaurs in about 2 years' time. I mean, it's gonna be like what happened to horses. People just now ride horses for fun. You know, what are they called? Estuarians? No, that's not the word.
Equestrians.
Estuarian. Equestrians. Yeah.
Isn't an estuary a body of water or something?
Yeah, I think it's like that one. The second one. I think it's going to be like that. They just do it because they enjoy it. So people who are going to drive around with big displacement engines and manual gearboxes, they just do it because they want to.
I mean, we already have. We are those weirdos that drive around cars with no purpose.
No purpose.
So,
Yeah, seriously.
I'm saying car guys are the same thing as horse girls. I'm gonna throw a controversial thing out right now that just food for thought. We'll think about this later. But the G80 M series future classic, maybe. What if we get surprised in the future? Somehow,
Are you okay? Are you okay,
I'm just saying,
Andrew?
I know it's controversial.
Are you-
But I'm just saying.
He might
What
be
if?
right, man. He might be
What
right.
if?
Why is he right?
They might.
Why?
It could be a 1-year run.
Yeah, exactly. It might be run for 1 year, and it might be bought by like 2 or 3 people,
Exactly.
and then
Well-
they'll change it, and then it'll be like the split window Corvette.
So I'm part of the G80. Somehow I'm part of the G80 group on Facebook, right? And
'Cause you're gonna
people,
buy one.
No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm not.
That's what he's saying on the surface.
I'm not.
So he looks okay.
No,
Yeah,
no.
like,
down,
on
he's
the
like,
forums, how does everyone like
shoot
theirs?
me.
Thinking about getting one and front bumper swapping it.
Shoot me if I even say I'm considering buying one. I don't want one. I really don't.
Okay, man.
I don't. I
Okay.
swear, dude. Bro, but there's like people on there that are like putting up their bill. There's hella people like, oh, I'm putting one bill sheet up. And every time somebody puts a bill sheet up, there's like at least like 25 other people roasting it for buying one. So I don't think so, dude. I think there's more people that hate it than like it.
No, we're talking about future classics, though.
I swear to God.
There are some ugly ass cars nowadays that are classic cars.
Andrew's right. It could just be like, look at this shit BMW made. Amazing. Like, look, you know, like,
exactly.
you know.
Exactly.
I'll be so sad, dude. I'll be like, damn.
I'll be pretty happy because I'll look back at this episode.
I bet you there's gonna be some like just totally normal, boring, everyday cars that are gonna become classics in the future.
Yeah.
You know the freaking the Volkswagen like minibus.
Yeah.
You know, back then it probably was it was a cargo van. Probably.
Now people are like, look at all the windows.
Oh yeah,
There's
check out the
12 windows.
Nah, dude, 24. You could sell it for
24
100. The more windows that has, the more money it costs.
Is there a car on sale like that that's very like kind of cult followy?
I don't know. You know, there's like a whole like following of like those classic Dodge vans, right? Those panel vans.
Oh yeah, there's a weird like following of it in like Japan. Like people drift them and like motor swap them.
Yeah, dude, hell yeah. In the future, dude, Mercedes Sprinter.
I got me a Sprinter for $2 million.
Yeah. I think everything
right.
is too mass produced these days.
Yeah, dude, seriously.
For some shit like that to be classic.
If you guys have any thoughts on what's going to become a future classic, message it to us. There's probably something that we haven't thought about where we'll be like, ooh.
Validate the Yaris GR for me, please help me. No one here likes it. It's cool. Okay, break time.
All right, it's break time. As always, you can check us out at the curbsidepodcast.com, where you'll find links to all our things. And you can support our show at anchor.fm/thecurbside/support. You guys know what it is. And then subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yes, we just hit 400 subs, so yay. I saw on the TikTok comments, someone commented like, oh, you gained yourself a new listener, and then there are like 3 or 4 people underneath, they're like, same. I was like, dude, that's awesome. So thanks, guys. Speaking of TikTok, you can follow us on social media. Instagram is at the Curbside Podcast, Twitter at Curbside Pod, Facebook at facebook.com/the Curbside Podcast, and TikTok at the Curbside Podcast. Parth has left us to go buy a G80 M3. So
Yeah, he's on his way to the dealership right now. He
Can't
says
believe
he
you
has
guys ratted
family
me out
stuff,
like
but that's a cover, you know.
yeah, their whole family's gonna go buy G80 M3s because they love it so much.
And as always, you can email us at the Curbside Podcast at gmail.com. And let's get back to the show. Back to the show. Interesting news that kind of, this kind of like shows you how different cars are these days, okay? There is a shortage of car parts that is halting production. You know what car parts these are? There's a shortage of semiconductors, otherwise known as basically like computer chips.
There's no ECUs.
So a lot of companies across North America are being forced to, switch up their production schedules because there's not enough computer chips. Because that's what cars need to run these days, apparently. So these companies include, based on the Car and Driver article I'm reading, GM, Ford, Stellantis. You know what Stellantis is?
No.
You know the French car companies Peugeot, Citroen, and whatnot.
Yeah, Peugeot.
And then FCA.
Mm-hmm.
They combined forces to make an even more massive car conglomerate.
Jesus. Like
Yeah.
Seat and...
No, Seat is part of the VW group, but Dodge, Chrysler, Citroen, Peugeot, Fiat, Maserati are now all under one group called Stellantis. Toyota, VW, Honda, Nissan, and Subaru they've all had to reschedule production for this quarter because of all this computer chip
So
nonsense.
everyone.
Yep, basically, because everyone
Apparently except the
needs-
Korean cars, though.
Probably because they make a good amount of them, making all like the phones and stuff.
Yeah.
Like Samsung and whatnot. But
Yeah.
but in order to get your touchscreens working in your cars and all that jazz, well, they need these and they don't have these. So
Oh, is it for the display stuff, or is it for like the actual like ECU?
it sounds like from everything, because Car Driver is reporting that like these chips are used to control everything from touchscreens to transmissions. So all the things run on basically computers these days, and we don't have enough of those right now.
Let's go back to the days of mechanical everything. Tune your car with a screwdriver. Let's go back to carburetors.
Let's go back to the days where your cruise control was literally you'd pull like a lever, and it basically a wire would pull your gas pedal down and lock it in
That's
place.
pretty cool. Okay. Well, this one kind of, I don't know that much about it. I just know that it happened. But this was everywhere and seemed to be the biggest news of this week.
Yeah.
The McLaren Artura.
I forgot about this car because McLaren
Yeah.
makes a new car every 5 seconds. But hey, this one has a
Yeah.
name.
Yeah, not a number. So that means it's got to be pretty special, right? I mean, they.
Do you know the specs on this? Like, have you heard anything about it?
I don't. So let's find out.
I'm gonna tell you though, because it might sound a bit familiar. It's a plug-in hybrid, electric motor. I think one electric motor up front, and it has a twin turbo V6. That's the drivetrain.
So
Sounds a
What's
lot
that?
like the NSX has a twin
Yeah, I was
turbo
about to say.
V6 and a hybrid powertrain. Except I think this one has less motors.
yeah, I think the NSX has 2 or 3.
NSX has 3 motors.
I was gonna say NSX, but I didn't know if you were gonna say NSX. But also, when I first saw this, I was like, "This kind of looks like an NSX." I don't know. I know it doesn't, but just I don't know. Subtly does. Is this supposed to be like an affordable
It's
supercar
like
from McLaren?
it's like $200,000.
So yes.
Like, yeah, so mid 200 grand. It's compared to the NSX, because that's the thing that it most reminded me about. I think it has more horsepower. It's definitely lighter because most of it's made out of carbon. It's like 100 grand more expensive. You know, I'm bored with McLaren.
Me too.
Like,
I
they
don't think this car is particularly good looking, minus the fender vents. But other than that, I think it's pretty boring.
It was cool when they released their first car, the MP4-12C, because
Yeah.
it was like, whoa, McLaren hasn't made a car in a while, and they got a new supercar now. And then after that, every 5 seconds they made a new car.
Yeah, and like it's all the fucking same interiors.
It's all, and the exterior is almost exactly the same too.
Yeah.
I can't tell which one's which. Other news. Have you ever heard of that company called Aptera?
No.
They make like this goofy looking car, right? It looks kind of like a fish on the road. I think it looks. I think it looks the way it does because of aerodynamics and whatnot. It's an electric car. The reason why I wanted to talk about this, because when I first saw it, I thought this was going to be some like ridiculous thing where it was going to cost $100 million. Like, yeah, this is the future and people are going to buy it and no one was going to buy it type deal. So they're going to make it. Apparently it's going to have 1,000 miles of range, right? It starts at $25,000,
What the?
which I did not expect at all.
Yeah.
that was the thing that like surprised me the most about this car, because it looks like some guy's idea of charging way too much money for something that looks dumb. But
Yeah,
it's
exactly. I think maybe that's why it's $25,000. If you spend $100,000 on something and you look like a fucking dipshit, yeah, no one's gonna buy it.
Yeah, but apparently, the company has now gotten $4 million worth of
Wow.
backing because of more than 7,000 pre-orders on this thing.
Yeah. Well, I want to apologize real quick for calling whoever thought buying this was a good idea was a dipshit, but I want to like kind of give props to Aptera for even doing this, because I think finally someone is trying something truly different and new and charging like a super reasonable price for it. So I mean, I hope this kind of goes off. It would be cool to see something like this on the road.
Right? I wanted to hate
Yeah.
this thing a lot.
Yeah,
just because
it's
of the way
hard
it
to
looked.
right now.
Yeah, but because of that price point, I was like, you know what?
Yeah, why not?
for 25 grand, you yeah, not bad.
Yeah, you still look like a weirdo, but I mean, it's also pretty cool.
Yeah.
In other news, all new 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander. It's fucking huge.
It is massive. Parth brought this up, saying that there was gonna be a new one, and I just kind of dismissed it. But I guess we're talking about it this week because it came
Yeah.
out. They're still here,
Yeah.
apparently.
You know what though? I think this one might sell. It's
It
not
might
terrible, and Mitsubishi hasn't made a big car in a long time.
Yeah, it's following the formula that sells
Yeah.
well these days. A big
And
SUV.
it doesn't look completely dog shit.
Yeah, it doesn't look offensively terrible.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like a Hyundai Palisade.
What the fuck?
What just happened, Andrew?
I clicked on. Okay, this has pissed me off already. I'm on the Mitsubishi Cars website, right? And I scroll down, and then there's like trims. There's options for trims apparently here. I click on it, and it takes you to Amazon.
Why?
Is Mitsubishi going to be releasing their new car on Amazon?
It says here on Amazon, the launch edition ensures your adventure will have the right soundtrack, story, and Alexa, all in your new Outlander. You will receive a 6-month free trial of Amazon Music Unlimited individual plan, a complimentary 3-month Audible Premium Plus membership, and a complimentary Amazon Echo Auto with purchase of a qualifying Mitsubishi Outlander launch edition.
So instead of putting something like Alexa as a standard option,
We'll give you a thing to plug into the dashboard.
I guess.
Well, we'll see. We'll see if this will rescue Mitsubishi from.
They are trying. I think it'll do okay. Their sales have honestly, I think, gone up in the last year or two.
When was the last time someone has told you, "Hey, I'm thinking about getting a new Mitsubishi"?
That's true. But I'm starting to see a lot more on the road, so maybe.
All right. Well, that's going to be it for our show for this week. Thank you all for listening. Thank you for all the new listeners that are here. We appreciate you. As always, if you want to find us, thecurbsidepodcast.com. There you'll find links to all our platforms. You can watch videos there, listen to our podcast there. You can go to anchor.fm there /thecurbside podcast, where you'll find links to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, TuneIn, all that stuff. You can also support our show at anchor.fm /thecurbside podcast /support.
Again, you can follow us on social media. Instagram is at the Curbside Podcast, Twitter at Curbside Pod, Facebook at facebook.com/the Curbside Podcast. Follow us on TikTok. The stuff we post on there is like highly debated topics, or not highly debated, but it's like debatable topics. So join the conversation there. Troll us if you want, whatever. Call us poor. Fuck you. Yeah.
And thank you to Kid Dope for the intro and outro of our of our podcast, Fast Cars and Wild Hearts. And as always, my name is Jeff.
I am Andrew.
Parth is buying a G80 M3. Remember,
Yes, sir.
drive safe. Life is too short to drive boring cars.
Bye.